Uh, uh, Hi, this is Merlin. I'm gonna try to explain about V8 about the V8 memory visualization. Sorry, I just a bit nervous about presenting about this because this is my first time. Okay, let's go. So, what is V8 engine? So, V8 engine is JavaScript engine on the Chrome. So, before that, HTML parser will parse everything. Like of course the HTML file, HTML parser will parse HTML file, HTML code, and when it counters script tag, it it runs it gets FJS and lets browser to run JavaScript engine. So Chrome is V8. I think like Safari or like Safari was the spider monkey. Yeah, something about that. But we're talking about the V8 engine. So actually the how V8 engine works is really pretty hard. It's because like you cannot. So is there's Java if there's like JavaScript code, we parse it, we make to an abstract syntax tree, and there's so much stuff. But we're gonna trying to do the V8 engine first. So this is source code. We parse it, and we do the AST and interpret it and let the CPU run. But we're gonna skip about that. We're gonna first look how the V8, the structure of the V8 memory and the garbage collector about that. Okay, this simpler. So we're trying to, we're like here, we're gonna talk about this part. So this is V8 engine memory structure. This is the residence head, and inside the residence head, heap memory stack. So a lot of people, this is also my mistake before. I thought the JavaScript like the value is gonna be like stored into stack, heap memory, and done. But it was not. It was pretty much harder than that one because like the one I knew before, because I read the book and it just said like it just stored in the heap memory and blah 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 blah. And I said that was the truth, but it was not. So we're gonna deep dive about what's happening under the hood. So what's the residence set? Residence set is the measure of how much the program's memory remains in the RAM. So that means it hasn't been swapped out. It's a resident part of the program's memory footprint. In other words, it's portion of the program's memory that is living in the fast access memory at any given moment. So just memorize it's not memorize. I think it's better understand what is like resident set because RAM is like fast access memory, so it it turn on. It happens when the computer's power is on. If computer power is off, everything gonna be deleted. So it's just fast access memory. And the reason fast access memory is the point of RAM is it needs to fast. So there's no kind of ordering. It just needs to be fast. So that's why with no order. So that's why the name of the RAM is fast access memory. But we're gonna skip up that. So we're gonna just memorize it. Resident. Resident is the one who lived on some kind of location, right? I forgot the meaning of the resident, but I'm pretty sure you guys know about meaning of the resident. I forgot. I don't know how to explain what's the resident in English, though. So we just talk about the structure of the V8 engine, right? So inside the V8 engine, there's like resident set, and inside the resident set, there's like heap memory and stack. So we're gonna go heap memory first. We're gonna talk about heap memory and what's inside there. Oh, sorry, heap memory. This is where V8 engine stores object or dynamic data. This is biggest block of memory area, and this is where garbage collector takes place. Only young and or space is managed by garbage collector. We're going to talk about the old and young space, but the thing is, we have to look about the object or dynamic data. If you look at the JavaScript data types, there's like two data types: primitive data types and reference data types. Actually, a lot of people, there's no certain vocab for the reference, the array object function class and map set into reference type. I'm sorry, I'm gonna repeat. There's no like standard vocab for reference type. The which meaning is if you see some blog, it won't tell about sometimes it won't not gonna say about reference. It just say object type. But it's kind of same thing. But just I'm just let you know. So the difference of primitive types and reference type is just the how it's stored in the different data structure, stack and heap. And it's because stack is the fixed size, so that fixed size and need to be like LIFO of the one who put in the first goes on last. I think that's the yeah put in the first goes on the last. Yeah, is that LIFO? Oh, I forgot it. Okay, never mind. So just gonna talk about heap memory first, but inside the heap memory, there's a new space, right? So we're gonna talk about new space. The new space, young generation, where objects lives, new objects live. This is important. New objects live, and most of these objects are short-lived. And the concepts of the new space are from space and to space. So here, this are the I okay. This is the structure of the young generation. This is semi-space, right? But if you look, I put more about it because there is like there's it is kind of similar thing, but there's a from space to space, but they are basically part of semi-space. Part of no, sorry, uh, same as semi-space, but sometimes it is kind of different. The from space to space. I can elaborate it later. So the objects are short-lived. The object are short-lived means that there's no reference of it. I'm gonna explain more about this because this is kind of real relate to the mark and sweep. So example, I put here. So you know that in JavaScript, in JavaScript, objects data type go to the heap, right? So if I try to assign like copy this thing, what we're gonna happen? It won't. It's not creating a new data types. Sorry, I'm gonna put some drawings to make you understand even more. Sorry, not this. Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, I'm just gonna try to yeah here. That's so in this code. This is X. Yep, this is X. Oh, never mind. Just let's make it like this. This is X. So X is pointing this. X is pointing this data. But if I try to copy it like this, that means that it won't create the new data like this. It's not creating a new data. It's just pointing at the same thing. So if I try to console log this, sorry, x equals to y, that happens like that print out same. Yeah, true, right? So that means like it pointing the same thing, same memory address. Uh, sorry. So same address, right? So if it pointed same address to the JavaScript runs after JavaScript, if it's like pointing at the same times, no, why garbage collection runs, and if it is same pointing same data types, same data, that means like it reference, right? That means that both are alive because sorry about clicking thing. So the y is alive because it's still pointing at the memory address. But if you try to put null of it, if you try to put null of it, of course this gonna be cancelled. So this is gonna be cancelled. So there's no sorry, there's no sort of thing about this. So this is gonna be the garbage collector gonna be like erase this, erase this. So that means like object are short lived. That means like object are already died because if there's no pointing, well, you die. It's like how GC work. The principle of GC is like mark and sweep, but you should know the basic about the mark and sweep. But I'm not gonna talk about this because this isn't talking about. This isn't explanation of the basic of the memory. This is elaboration of create engine memory. So the front space is if it is still being used, it go to the to space. So if it is used, okay, if it is still using, the front space is like example, if it is still used, to space, it copies the value, and if it is already copied, it delete the value of the origin from space. So the the value transfer into to space. And there's like how it works, but we're gonna see is really happening or not. So the reason I put GC is to force the garbage collection because even if I don't put GC here, there's not gonna be like GC, GC trace because how GC work is not just into small script. If that should be if it is like gonna if it's sorry if it is should be create the my brain is not working. Sorry. So the reason garbage collected, this one is not garbage collected, is because the script is so small. There's no necessary about garbage collected. But if we try to put the force GC, that's gonna happen here. So you if you see this part, it copied the to space and from space word. So that means that it somehow because we still using right, so it transfer it, and when you put none of it, there's no necessary about to use it. So we delete the garbage collector delete the y value of it. So this is how GC works and the structure of memory I elaborate. So now we done about this part, and next one we're gonna go about word space or generation. So the difference between the young generation and old generation is the if it is survived from GC or not. If it is survived, you go to old space. If it is not, you go to new phase space or young generation. I think the if you try to memorize young generation, it rather than new space, it's gonna be like more easier because like I don't wanna make it too weird because I don't know. I'm just trying to make it really funny to make you understand how it works. What was the name? Roblox. So nowadays people from nowadays like kids, the young generations. I'm not talking about like boomer thing. The young generation are trying to play like this kind of stuff. While I was young, while I was young, like we played with no mobile and we just fought. We just fight and when I was young I just play with like big spider thing. And when so that is like so the young generation is too sensitive, easy to die. I'm just kidding. So just remember it like that as it may more easy. So this is the end of the explanation about young generation. Next time we're gonna talk about the outer space.